Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. Behind me is the CT5 Blackwing. That's the supercharged LT4 engine in the newest version of the Cadillac. If you haven't been paying attention, go back on our regular videos and see the progression, because this is a progression series. We've done our baseline, which produced higher than expected numbers, very surprising. We've done a lid test on it, and now in this video we're going to be adding Cook's headers with competition connection pipes, because it's a competition only car. So guys, I need to apologize because last video we messed up. We did not put a picture of the lids side by side so you can see the underside of them all, and that's my fault. We had them all laid out. It was beautiful. You can see everything, and just forgot to put it in the video. So here it is side by side. Again, really sorry about missing that in the last video. If you haven't seen the last video, we did a lid test on the CT5-V comparing the DSX lid, the factory LT4 high-rise lid, and also the Blackwing lid, the factory Blackwing lid on it. So it was all very well done. The Blackwing lid, well, you got to see it. Just go check it out. So I wanted to answer a couple other questions before we start this video. What does well, that's the one that I just answered. Thoughts on throwing this on a ZL1? I probably wouldn't throw it on a ZL1. LMP and Weapon X feeling a bit left out, Andrew. Well, I mean, we don't have any of their lids, so if they want to send us some, we'll be happy to keep them around till we do this test in the future. Did I hear audible detonation on that first pull? Yikes! I don't think so. I think what you heard was the actual dual mode exhaust opening. I didn't get any in the logs showing detonation there, and I definitely didn't hear any audible detonation. In fact, it's very rare that you'll get audible detonation even when you're getting detonation. I'm surprised there's such a small drivetrain loss. Loss 2, to be honest with you. That was really, really surprising. And then would a lid spacer have any gains? And we can test that in the future. Probably not on this car, but we can do that as a future test. Maybe if somebody wants to send us a LMP lid or a Weapon X lid, we could do it all together and see what happens. Okay, let's get back to the video.
If you guys have any interesting questions, they got to be interesting. If they're dumb, we'll probably just ignore them.
Unless they're super dumb and then we want to make fun of you publicly, then it might find its way into this. But if you do have any questions, write them in the comments below. I'll try to answer them for the next video. So with that being said, let's get right into it and unbox these headers with the owner present. Okay, so here we have the headers for the CT5-V Blackwing that we just had coated by Jet Hot. And we're gonna have the first look with the owner present. So this is only like slightly scary. Okay, it's that. So that's a good sign. What do you think?
Yeah, that's badass. Yeah, they look good.
That's what you were looking for?
The graphite.
This is cool.
That's
yeah, they
nice.
do a really good job. I'm always very happy with Jet Hot. And this is actually the same coating, I think, the 2500 coating.
Yes.
That's what I have on my my wagon. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that like right there for now. Right here-ish. And that way it doesn't get lost by too much. Well, now that the factory headers are off, we're going to replace it with the Cook's headers, which are a beautiful 2-inch Coda header by Jet Hub. For this competition-only package, that's right, official competition use only, this is going to be awesome. I'm really excited to get them on. You can see the differences, how you have a almost tri-Y setup where it's like 2 pipes going into one and then those 2 pipes going into one. It's a really good header from the factory. However, a true long tube, one of the big benefits is that you have all this time for the exhaust to cool down a little bit more and condense, meaning that it can get out of it's less pressure to get through the exhaust system. That's one of the things that you're fighting when you actually do headers or any kind of exhaust system. You're removing those bottlenecks, and a lot of people don't realize it, but giving this path an easier path of resistance is the way that your car can exhale more, because the more that it can exhale, the easier it is to inhale. Just kind of like you or me. So for those of you who aren't doing a competition only package, Cook's is awesome enough to have their green cats, which are EPA certified. These actually do a really, really good job. This one in my hand is a 400 cell cat, which is what we use on our CSP headers. Wonderful. They can make over 1,000 rear wheel horsepower, rated even higher than that, but they've been a solid piece. That's what's on my car. That's what's on some of the other cars that you see on the channel for the 6th Gen Camaro. You can get those, or you can even get a high flow version of it, which is a 300 cell count that's supposed to be able to do even more power. That's a great part number for these cars. Gives you a little bit of extra sound, not as much, and still, friendly to the environment. Green cats. Here it is. Oh man, I'm excited. I'm really excited to hear this. We have our competition only package, which is the Cook's headers all the way to the factory cat back. I mean, these are just beautiful, wonderful clearance everywhere. Coated. Oh,
don't touch them.
I don't want to. No, you shouldn't touch coated headers with oily hands. And I am a grease ball, so I shouldn't touch these. I'm not going to touch them. But as you see here, this is one cool thing that we noticed. So this is the Blackwing connection pipe. But then this is what's also used on a 2016 Camaro. So this is the same fun stuff that is used on the Camaro.
That way.
So that's kind of cool. It's just a little synergy thing. And then I'm sure that this is where it changes out, where it goes to the, I can't see it anymore. Ah, yeah, there it is. You can see that it's actually different, but that's pretty cool. That one part is from my love, the 2016 Camaro. So we're going to start this bad boy up now and see what kind of sound difference we have.
How do we look up here, good sir?
Well, up top, looks great, honestly. They have great fitment everywhere, which makes me happy because that means we don't have to create our own CSP headers for this. I already checked below, nothing's resting on motor mounts or anything like that. It is just beautiful. Cook's makes a quality piece for this Blackwing. I definitely recommend the snot out of it.
You can tell because it still has the factory wires on it. It's not hitting anywhere.
That's right, that's right. That's something, not to, talk shit, but that's something that the 6th Gen doesn't exactly have, which is why the CSP headers exist. They're not the same. Even though they're made by Cook's, it's a private label. But now it's time to hear this puppy roar.
The reason you guys are watching this video.
Yeah.
Not for us. You don't like us.
No.
You said that multiple times.
Fire her up. get this thing on the dyno and let her rip.
It's really nice looking. It's a good looking car. We'd have one if it came in a wagon.
We would have one if it came in the wagon. Oh my god, we totally would.
So I know you.
See you later, Trio 1. See you later, wagon.
You think you can weld up a wagon roof for this?
No, but would you make an intake for it?
That might be a bit.
All right, guys. Now that the header install's done, we're gonna get this puppy onto the dyno. Whoop, you guys were not supposed to see that yet. That's coming on a future video. Ixnay on the Magnus Sonnet. I don't know pig Latin. And yeah, let's go see what she does. We're gonna start with just a factory tune only, see what she does in the factory tune, and then I'm gonna have a crack at it. I wanna preface this with the factory tune is very aggressive. It goes up to 29 degrees in some areas. It's nuts. It like really ramps up in the high end. I don't normally run cars that aggressive, so I don't know that I'll actually even beat the factory tune, but at the very least, we're gonna run it on the factory tune and see what happens. So one of the things that I need to remind you guys is that we did send out the computer to get unlocked. We just never did anything with it. So this is going to be the first time we're actually going to be tuning the car. We've put our Cook's headers with the competition-only connection pipes on, and thanks to HV Tuners Unlocking Global B for us tuners out there, we are now ready to bend this ECU to our mercy. Let's see if we can make any more power than factory, because those were pretty darn good numbers.
That's good.
So for this dynoing, we're not going to be using our DynoJet widebands because the car itself has widebands. I love it. I don't have to hook up anything extra.
What?
That's ridiculous. So the timing goes pretty high in the very top end. You can even see there where it ramps up. Now that I have control over this, I'm going to see if I can bring it up everywhere else. I don't think the peak horsepower numbers are going to change unless I give it a little extra RPM. I might give it an extra 100, maybe 200 RPM, and that's it. Now the fun begins actually tuning this bad boy. Holy shit. I'm actually really excited. 652? It's nuts.
For comparison, what would it take on a ZL1 to get to that number?
That's ported blower number territory. Ported blower and like maybe headers. Like you could do the whole top end, like throttle body, intake. That's just, it's really impressive.
So while Andrew's looking at the tune, I just wanted to bring up the graph in blue is the best run we had when we were testing the lids. So you can see it's practically up everywhere over our best possible run. So this thing is pretty impressive.
I'm writing the tune right now, which is awesome because Global B for the longest time was not tunable. So I'm really happy that HV Tuners did motherfucker. It's HV Tuners messaging me that my order went through. I'm really happy that they actually unlocked it. So
keep our name out your mouth.
Your mouth. Okay, so I'm gonna plug and chug on this thing here and get her done. So one of the really weird things that I'm seeing here, how the timing ramps up in the high end, there's a spread of 32 degrees at the full throttle-ish area. It might not be entirely full throttle. This area down here might be more full throttle, but like there's a spread of a lot of spark advance here that probably, I don't know, I don't think it should be there. So I'm gonna play with certain things, maybe inch up from the bottom up and see what happens. That's a lot, and I don't know that that's a good thing here. So we're gonna I'm gonna drop it down and then bump it up and see what happens. All with factory knock sensor stuff. So one of the limitations that I'm gonna have is this is done by air mass. However, with this generation, I can't log air mass, or at least not on the CT5-V yet. I'm gonna ask HP tuners for support. We'll see if we get it. It won't be in time for this video, maybe the next one when we go heads, cam, Magnuson. I don't know that I was supposed to mention that until the end of this video, but I mentioned it now, so stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe still. We need you. Okay, I'm gonna make my magic adjustments here and we'll see how bad I mess this up. So me, trying to start out conservative, I started out at 25.5 degrees of timing. So I chopped 4 degrees of timing out of this thing, trying to make the graph a lot smoother. If you look at the graph, definitely a lot smoother. Now I'm going to put the timing back in and see how the cookies crumble here. Hopefully not like with an engine crumbling. That'd be bad, like really bad. Take that back.
It's 44, but I'm willing to bet we're a little bit of heat soaked at this point.
Yeah, it is a little bit toastier. We're gonna have to give it a cool down, honestly. I'd probably some more fuel, but I think cool down first. You know what? They ramped the timing in at the very last second, and I think that's honestly, minus this one minor blip, I think that's how it has to be run. Like if I want to hit those same times, I gotta like ramp it out and ramp it right back in and like right at the edge.
You can see it on the graph.
I know, it looks so stupid, and I actually don't like it like that. Like I don't like this like stupidity. But it seems like it works. But in our testing, it did seem like it was pulling a little bit of timing. I want to be on the safe side. The car will tune itself a little bit, but man, it's like I'm getting 27.5 degrees at the same air-fuel ratio, by the way. So there's like nothing special that's being done here. It's just I'm missing 1.5 degrees, which will take me, the rest of the way. And you know what? I'm not going to chase numbers. We're going to stick with the factory tune with headers right now, and then move on to our next thing. I think the factory tune is just fine for headers, and it'll self-tune. Gosh, it's so weird. I don't even know how to say it. It's just like right now at 6100, I should have a little less timing, and then ramp really high, really fast. Like, so
He's basically saying it's not worth the timing to risk blowing this thing up.
That's right. That's right. So we'll leave it around that 645, but maybe we'll revisit it in the morning. So thanks for watching today's video. I think it's pretty cool. This thing sounds awesome with headers on it. And next video, it's gonna get even crazier because we're gonna be adding heads, cam, and a Magnuson supercharger. But because I'm from the future, I can tell you we are met with some unexpected challenges regarding an intake, and you'll just have to see it on the next video. Until then, adios.